Okay, so we're going to be going over insert, update and delete statements in SQL. There are a few differences to be aware of with REPL. More about seeing your answer. Like your answer will be, your query will be exactly the same, but to see it you're going to have to do a couple different things, so you can't just click on the table. So if you go to SQL week 1 and then go to 1.2 insert, update, delete statements, and we'll just let that load. Okay, so same as before, we've got our actor table, we've got our character table, and if you need a reminder, if you click on ER diagram, it's right there. The task, let's get that up. There is a lot of info down the side here for you to even get to your tasks. So the first bit here is insert statements. So I've written a template. So you write insert into table, and then you write values in capital letters, and you write whatever the words are here. Now, I've got an example, but there's lots of examples. If you just look slightly to the left here, you can see that it says insert into, you know what, I might make the font bigger. So you can see that it insert into, I've just made this table exactly the same way we add records, so you can just copy one of them and change a couple bits if you really want to. But I've added an extra example here anyway. The harder example, insert is relatively straightforward, especially when you've got all these answers right in front of you. But what if you only want to add a partial record? So by that I mean, what if you want to leave some bits blank on purpose? Then the way you do that is you write insert into table, so that's the same, but then in brackets before values you write the fields you want to do, you want to add. So if you look at it, it says 1 and 3. I haven't missed out 2 by mistake. That's deliberate. We don't want 2. And then you make sure you only add the 1 and 3 here for your values. So here's an example, right? So I've got a bit of code. So this actor, we add him in, no problem. Now, if anyone's seen the show, nobody knows what this guy's surname is. He's only got a first name. So if I go insert into characters, character ID, forename, and then we miss out surname on purpose, number of episodes and actor ID, and then when you add your values here, you miss out the surname again because we don't have it. And if you were to run this code, right? Oh god, what was that? Let's copy that. And I'm just going to go down to the bottom. I'll put it under just before your code here. Insert into characters, and then it will add a partial record. You run it. Oh, it's saying foreign key constraint failed. The reason it's doing that is because I haven't added the actor that needs to go in first. So because there's a primary key, the primary key needs to join with the foreign key, and so we'll add him in first. It's up to you whether you want to run these examples or not. Now, nothing happens. I think it's working, but nothing's happening. So what you have to do is write select. I can't even spell select. Fantastic start. Select all, and then say from characters, and we'll just have a look at the characters table. And you can do the same for actors if you want as well, to make sure they're both there. Select all from characters, and then right at the bottom, because his ID is 28, forename is Braun, and we don't know his surname, so it's a partial record, and as you can see it's worked. It's left the surname out from there, but everything else has been put in as normal. If you didn't specify which field you want, then well, it would have put 37 here, it would have put GF1 here, and then it would have fell short when it got to actor ID, which would have caused a lot of problems, obviously. So that is how you add values, insert a record. Updating a record is, well, you just want to change something. So what we've got, there's an actor here. Well, here's the template first, sorry. And you say update, and you pick your table, so you're going to pick character, actor, set, and then you pick your field, and then it's and what you want to change it to, and then you say where you give it something to find that. A lot of the time this is going to be the primary key, so that's the easiest way to find someone. But there are instances where you wouldn't do that. It's not always going to be the primary key, just a lot of the time, and that's what I've got in this example here. So with this actor, he's up here somewhere. There he is. He has a double-barreled surname because apparently Isaac Wright is an American lawyer, so Google tells me. So he's got a double-barreled surname, so we're going to change it to that, so it's not just Wright anymore. But the easiest way to change it is if you use the ID. Now that is the best way because, well, what if for some reason we had the American lawyer in this table? It would change everybody's name who's Isaac Wright to Isaac Hempstead Wright. So if you use the ID, then you can avoid changing things you don't want to. So I'm going to copy this, and again I'm just going to put it all here. We'll just keep that select from. So what should happen is we should be able to see the character. Well, that's actors, sorry. So we'll make that actors. Run it. There you go, Hempstead Wright. It comes up now. So that's worked. Right, last one is to delete something. So I don't know why I've got a star there. I just realised that's a mistake. I'll get rid of that in a minute. So delete from characters. So you say delete from what table you want, where the field equals something. You definitely want to use primary keys here, because if you deleted the, unless for some reason, say you wanted to, well, you know what, I'll do an example in a second of how you could do that. Delete from characters where character ID equals 12. So we're gonna kill Joffrey. Everyone who's watched the show hates Joffrey. So if we write that here, well, you know what, we'll run it before and then we'll do it after. So characters, why did I just write? Select all from characters. Run it. There he is, right? He's under number 12. Now if we add the delete code and run it this time, he's dead. He's gone forever. So we know it's working. So really, I'm just trying to get across, you have to keep showing your records after every change. Now if you forget how to do that, don't worry, because after every task, so the first task is, say, insert this guy here. So you add this to the actor table, and then as soon as you've done your code, so you would go here, insert into blah blah blah, and then as soon as you do that, just copy and paste this bit in bold, and then underneath your code write that. And then you want to add that guy's character after you've added his actor, but to make, because there's two tables now to check, run this code where it joins them together. So just copy and paste, and then under here, and then you'll see all your tasks, you'll see all your answers come up. Now if you want to check your answers, again, go to answers, task 1 is there. I've tried to make arrows, they're really shoddy arrows, don't laugh at me. And then and that's kind of what you're looking for. That's the changes. I've pointed it out because if I just gave you a screenshot, it might not be obvious where, because there's so much information, where the change actually is. Anyway, that is how you do insert, update and delete. Hopefully this has been helpful. Right, thank you for watching. Bye.